How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. We have big old news. Valderon, and I think for many of you, most importantly, Praetus. Both these banners have officially been confirmed after the patch last night, courtesy of the Leak Boys. Big shout out to Rokonshi, then of course Panter, D17, T, and the main man himself, the original leaker, the guy who brings this forward so then I can cover it. At least that's my selfish way of looking at it. Destined. So actually, really quick shout out to Destined. I was on stream with him today. He was playing Withering Waves, which is like my main other game right now. So I hopped on, gave him some advice. It's so much fun to talk with him. He's such an awesome guy. Go subscribe, check him out, join his Discord, especially if you want to get those leaks as quickly as possible. Let's talk about the task at hand. All right. Praetus is officially coming. Almost certainly, according to Rokonshi, both these banners will be in July, towards the middle of July. So I really think we need to get this video out. I know Destin got this out the second he got the news. He filmed it like 3 a.m. You know, I obviously reach different people, so I wanted to make sure I covered it too. I'll link Destin's video as well in the description. But it's really important that people know that these banners are not just speculated, they're now 100% confirmed by the Leak Boys with all the information they have in the game file that they are coming, because you might be on the fence still and, you know, waiting towards the end of the weekend to decide should you be summoning for Ardia and on this Ajax banner where you could potentially reset your Lord Pity with Ajax, who certainly is a good hero, but certainly is not Valderon or Praetus, or should you be saving, right? So I really kind of want to touch on that a bit more and get the news out that 100% it is confirmed. If you missed my video yesterday, probably the order will still go, unless they somehow, for the anniversary, which will be July 6th, we'll see if the festivities start a bit before or a bit after. Certainly beginning, maybe July 1st to July 15th. Maybe they'll do a big 2 or 3 week thing. I think it should be a huge celebration. I honestly cannot wait. But definitely these guys will come maybe at the same time. If not, it definitely looks like it'll be Valderon, then Praetus. So we're getting Valderon and this new hero who's a melee unit, an actual just dragon, not a humanoid dragon, not a dragon with a rider on the back. It's an actual just dragon that's kind of this damage over time, crowd control, interesting kind of DPS. He's got that arrogance, Zeal 2, absent kind of range. Should be a very interesting banner. This is where I'm going to unload. I'm not so interested in getting Praetus, but I think most of you guys should be. I'm interested in Valderon for kind of different, my own weird reasons. We'll get into that. I mean, Valderon is cracked out. I would probably rank him as either the 3rd or 4th best ancient exclusive legendary lord. Maybe even 2nd, you could argue, because it's so hard to get these chaotic units since there's no normal summon equivalent, but pretty amazing stuff. And then we're gonna get this one, Hammer Girl. We're still waiting on the name, and then Praetus. So very, very, very quickly, this is Emerit. You can see Rokonshi, and then this graphic is from Panter. The grading is 3 out of 10 in terms of readiness. So we don't know everything about how much we know, but 18 cost unit. It's got this arrogant Zeal 2 range, nice AoE, can even do AoE magic damage. Some kind of, it seems like he might have some burns. It's not 100% sure, but he's got this deep freeze thing, which is going to be something specific to him. Oh, here we go. It actually explains it. My mistake. So it's just he's got the AoE damage, magic damage. You can see deep freeze, movement speed reductions. So it's his own version of slow. He's got kind of a freeze built in, freeze or slow, as you can see here, ignoring port of defense. It's going to be really interesting stuff going on with this guy. I want him just because he looks so cool. I can't believe that the actual hero is the dragon, and he's got great range. We're kind of at the point where you need some kind of extended range on a fighter for them to shine. Then we've got Hammer Girl. She's very interesting. She's tanky as hell. She's going to have the highest base HP in the entire game. Basically, she increases her max HP through her talent. She can do another big HP restore during her manual ult. She also puts the higher her HP, the more vulnerable she is, the more damage she takes. Then she's got a cool mechanic where, here it is, the Divine Reprisal. Every 4th basic attack, she will shoot back essentially all the damage she has received. She'll put that damage back in the form of defense penetrating damage. So that's why you want her taking a bunch of damage, then she heals herself back up. Rinse and repeat. We'll see how good she actually is, but she's 17 cost, which is nice. Crazy base stats, over 6,000 attack. Only 1 tile range, unfortunately. She is going to be an Arbiter, so she'll work very well with Praetus, who we're about to talk about. And also, the banner itself makes a ton of sense, but a very exciting hero who I think, especially for like PvP, kind of GVG and arena stuff, I think could really, really shine. At the very least, she should be fun to use. The stars of the banners are obviously going to be these legendary lords, so let's head out of these little leaked pictures. Again, shout out to Rokonshi, shout out to Panter, shout out to Aressus as well, helps them, T, and then the boy Destined. Let's go over here to the gallery. Again, Destined's links will be in the description. His Discord's where all these guys post all this stuff originally if you want to check it out. So we've got the hardest legendary lords to get, right? I guess all the ancient legendary lords are equally difficult, the ancient exclusive legendary lords. However, these ones are extra special, Gon and Valderon, and then of course Praetus, because they can only be summoned from ancients. Well, let me take a step back. The ancient exclusives can always only be summoned from ancients, but almost all of them, actually all of the ancient exclusives, have a counterpart, right? So yeah, so you didn't get Elder. Well, you got Hearts. By the way, this isn't my account. I'm on my community manager's account because I'm doing a takeover for her right now. I just wanted to film the video. Toru doesn't have a counterpart, but you can get him from normal. Demi has the normal counterpart in Morgan, so on and so on. Basically, everybody now, except for Leia and Torador, have some ancient legendary exclusive lord that's very special, usually better. However, there's a normal counterpart. That is not the case for our Chaos and Supreme Arbiters, so that's why they're already special. But what makes these guys extra special, I'm not doing full kit breakdowns. I've actually done it on both those heroes already. Go check it out. If you just search the name of the hero and then my name, it will be the first hit. If you just search the name of the hero and war, it will be, if not the first hit, one of the first hits. So do not worry about that. Otherwise, if you need, you can ask in the comments and I'll send you links. Here you go. He's got this interesting thing. He's tanky as hell. He's got crazy base stats. This chaotic annihilation is nuts. He has these things that kind of prevent him from dying, but nerf him a bit. But this unkillability, he's just a crazy tank. If you get him any time early into the game, he's a tremendous carry. Maybe one of the absolute biggest carries in the game just for progression. And then in the end game, he can still be a superstar in like GVG. Amazing in Arena. Really good in a lot of different things. Very good in Gear Raid 5. He's just a brilliant hero. Crazy high base attack, crazy high base HP. It all checks out. He checks every box. I absolutely love this guy. His ult has the beautiful thing, where do they describe it? Oh my god, where you can double it up. What do they call that? Oh my god, Potent Surge. Yes, just like Uridin. So if you can double this up, which for a lot of content you'll be able to, it's crazy damage. He's a really special guy. I'm dying to get him. The reason I said my reasons are weird, I just love the design of this character, and I don't have a legendary chaotic lord, and I have some of the best chaotic units, right? Like I have Ardia, and I have to keep pairing her with Vladov. Vladov's not bad, but I'd much rather pair her with Valderon or Gon, right? And for me, Valderon's such an obvious choice. I also think he's going to scale incredibly well with future content. I'm live on Twitch right now filming this, guys, and Jake, aka Caffeinated Code Monkey, says he's got a tiny head. I don't know if he's got a tiny head. He's just got an enormous body that makes his head look like a little pinhead. But yeah, we'll see. It's just minuscule. And now Praetus, guys. I can't do a full kit breakdown. There's too much. If you need a new Praetus guide, let me know. I can show him off all his glory. But what you really need to know about Praetus, it all starts stemming from the Lord skill. He's got these different things. He's got Verdict of Truth 1, Verdict of Truth 2, and then Final Verdict. So what allows these things to happen? He gains divinity every 15 seconds to a cap of 3. You can consume all the divinity, and he casts Lightning of Truth. Lightning of Truth then causes one of these 3 things. So for every faction ally present, he will deal true damage equal to 100% of the Lord's attack to these random enemies, and it is really nice. So every 15 seconds, it's showing up as like a button it'd be on the right side of your screen if we were in a battle, right? And this can happen, and this can occur, and this can be utilized by you, the player, even if he's not deployed on the field. So every 15 seconds, you get 1 divinity, then you get another, then you get another. When it is 1 divinity, you get Verdict of Truth 2. Verdict of Truth 1, obviously. 1 is 1. That's cool. True damage equal to 100%, 1 time, 2 times, one occurrence for each number of faction allies present. So if you have a full team of 5 Arbiters, we're just going to use that as an example, it's going to hit 10 times. That's cool. How about you wait for 2? Now you get Verdict of Truth 2, and you're going to see it's 150% true damage. True damage, again, ignoring cannot crit, but ignoring all defense, all resistances. Crazy stuff. So now if you've got a team of 5, 750%, and it's 3 times, so it's really 2,250% if you've got that full team. But what about Final Verdict? Well, frickin' Final Verdict is cracked beyond belief. 200% of the Lord's attack to random enemies 4 times, and that's happening 1 occurrence for each faction ally present. So when you have 5, all of a sudden, you're looking at that 800% times 5. You are looking at 4,000% true damage with the stun, just like Verdict of Truth had. This is completely broken, completely cracked out. All of that can be cast without him or even any of his other allies deployed. If they're just brought into the battle and he is their lord, you get that max benefit. You wait for, the best case scenario where you have the 3 stacks. Of course, there's some content where you only need Verdict of Truth 1 or Verdict of Truth 2. But when you can get that final verdict, he is the ultimate cheat code. He is the ultimate cheat code. He could carry an early game account to the end game. He can, like, in Void Rift, he kills the summoners before they ever summon a single thing. You click it, and they are gone. For single target arena, nothing even comes close to him. I avoid his teams like the plague. You can use him basically anywhere, because all the time you're only going to use 8 units. You can deploy him. He's a good hero, but you don't have to. You can just click that button. Just bring at least 1 other Arbiter, 2 other Arbiters, you're good to go. But even by himself, it can be cracked out. True damage is broken. He does so much of it, it's insane. He's the best hero in the game. It's not even close. I've barely scratched the surface in describing what he does. I hope I did a decent enough job. All you got to know is he's cracked out beyond belief. He's worth every inch of hype. He's good at literally all content in the game. He's like the best hero in the game for Arbiter of Frost if you compare him with a nice little Alistair. He's the best hero in the game for Styx. He just makes Void Rift an absolute joke. He's cracked out for Gear Raid 4. I guess Gear Raid 3 is a place he's like only kind of maybe, Gear Raid 5, excuse me, only kind of maybe good. Gear Raid 3 though, if you just need to bring him, he can just do damage from off the field if you just need to fill out that 10th spot. If you don't need a second Lord. Gear Raid 1, yeah, he doesn't do AoE, but he deletes heroes in such a crazy way, and there are other good Arbiters that you can bring, that it's just insanely synergistic. You can just slap that button from off the field. He's crazy. There's no one like him. He's the best hero in the game. He's the best Legendary Lord in the game. He's the best everything. This is something a lot of people will be very hyped about. I want to finish this by saying we just did a polls party here on Twitch. That is why I'm live right now. That and the takeover I'm about to do on Dolores' account. Aka Devney is how she goes. She has a different name for every one of her accounts. But the last polls we did in that polls party were for Sassy. And Sassy currently has over 1,400 ancient summons. He's been saving like an absolute madman in anticipation for this banner. It is now confirmed to come, so we will have the biggest poll session ever on an account. We're going for that global leaderboard for him, #1. Hopefully getting him at least an A2, A3 Praetus. We'd love to get an A5 along the way. It's going to be total lunacy. I hope you guys are getting pumped already. For me, the other reason I don't want to get Praetus, he's so good, I think it would hurt my content. If I need to use a Praetus, I know people, Viceroy, one of my main mods, he's got an A1 Praetus. I can always borrow a Praetus. I also have the test server. I think he would completely make my account a joke. So I think he's honestly too good. So if that says anything to you, if you want a good hero, he's so good, I don't want him because I think he's going to ruin my content and make it unrelatable. What more do you need to hear? Guys, I've been Fastidious. Again, huge shout out to Destined and the Leak Boys. Thank you for Rokonshi, who came to me with this information, letting me know that it was confirmed today. Huge stuff. I've been Fastidious. Subscribe, like, get in the comments, get hyped for Praetus, get hyped for Valderon, get hyped for maybe one day I will somehow pull Yovar. It will probably have to be off banner, but who knows? Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon.
Fastidious.